Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to the Hard Mode Challenge. In the last episode, we were successful in breeding another one of the toxic-bodied creatures into our family. So today we're going to see how far we can bring the toxic body. We're going to try to expand upon their line, and maybe even breed them into our explorers. I feel like that would be a good line of defense for them too. Some extra little layer to make sure that the Bearyenas don't want to munch on them. Just like we were hoping for our collectors who are a bit weaker than our other tribe mates, if the Bearyenas come knocking on their door, then at least they won't want to take a nice big bite out of them. Surely they would know better just from that bright neon fur alone. That's typically a pretty good sign in the wild that something is not to be messed with. Those brightly colored bodies are a warning. And while he's not part of our exploring line, technically, I feel like Jip is kind of an honorary explorer at this point. Oh my gosh, no, Amelia! You're too tired to save your beloved berry bush from those bunnies. Oh, that is so sad. He is probably going to take advantage and scoop up every last one of those berries. Well, unfortunately, I don't think your sons are going to come back to take care of that for you. They've actually been a little bit distracted lately, trying to fish up little morsels from the stream. Really, little guy, you're gonna taunt us now, just as we lost the energy to swipe you up? Well, we better move on then, because that is just going to frustrate poor Hero and Orion. And they would do better coming up here anyway to maybe pick off some of the moles. Unless our other family members could do that first. We'll just have Ember pick up his berries, one of his very favorite tasks in all of the tribe, because of course he does it so well. And then that should leave enough room for Rocket to launch his way over to the mole and pick up all of that lovely meat. So I think he's actually going to send Rihanna off toward one of those trees, since we have so many acorns that she could collect with her cracker jaw. And why don't we choose this tree? That way she can hopefully keep all of those delicious berries safe from those pesky bunnies too. So she has a pretty big job ahead of her, but coming from such a prestigious line, we know she's up for the task. So Fable, I would actually like to try to scout out a berry bush with, one that he can actually collect from too, and it might just be this one over here. I know some of our creatures have used that in the past, and it seems like right now it's just being made a feast of by the bunnies, so somebody needs to take care of that for us. Unfortunately, we don't have too many creatures back here for collecting. In fact, this is where most of our Bearyena hybrids are currently waiting for our next friendly Bearyena to grow up. I'm not sure that we actually want to breed him with Cupcake though. That was originally my plan, but I'm pretty sure Immunity Gene G is one of the things that you can find in friendly Bearyenas. So we don't really want to risk all of their warrior babies, our very first hybrids, being miserably sick. So instead, what we might do is use these berry bushes as lures to pick off all of those bunnies, and also continue to breed Darkrai and Green Glacier. So hopefully they'll have another female baby without G in their genetics. Kiba was lucky after all. He actually had the Bearyena snout, and I think his genes are clear from the Bearyena's immunity genes. But of course, he is not going to be breeding with the friendly Bearyena anytime soon. Instead, he'll be one of our guards, and he'll make sure that all of his family members are kept very, very safe. So unfortunately, little Harry, I don't see any fish down here for you to scoop up. But we know that your Bearyena friend is waiting very patiently for his first meal. And now I know what I saw scooting off in the grass before. I thought it looked a little bit too big for a bunny, but if it was a wanderer, then we would have been able to see its silhouette. So I guess the Dodamingos are still alive and well, which is always good to see because it usually means there are new permanent nests to discover. Now I think we'll want to bring Danger to a new berry bush, one a bit further away from his sister too. let's actually have him scoot his way over to all of these berries, because that will give him plenty of opportunities to increase our food supplies. But since we're leaving webs right on top of this little stump to make sure he's watching out for his son, I think that means that we are out of turns. Oh, wait a second, Rarely. She has one turn left, and we know that there's a Bearyena back here. Yeah, very, very close. So I'm curious to see if she'll be able to hide away in this tall grass and hopefully evade it, or if perhaps it's going to notice her and attack on this turn. Well, so far so good. I think it may have gone further away, or it's actually just watching our friendly Bearyena on the other side of the stream. Very interesting. We might have to have one of our other creatures help you out though. Peppy is very concerned with her healing fruit, but I think because she has a better camouflage skill, we'll want her to do the honors. So even if we bring her like almost right next to the Bearyena, I think she should be okay. Her camouflage skill is through the roof when she's in that tall grass, thanks to her stripes. But I do want to see who may have picked up a leech. Was it actually you, Harry? How on earth? Did the leech actually go up the waterfall to get to you? Well, that is awfully unfortunate. Let's go ahead and scoop up the bunnies first, and then we'll ask if a Glacier wouldn't mind picking that off of you, because we don't want you getting sick. And now we should be able to return to our explorers to see if Rarely can take care of this friendly Bearyena. And oh my gosh, you guys, look at all these roots out here. Do you think maybe that's what the Bearyena is living off of? Very, very mysterious. It's just a normal Bearyena though, not a killer one, so it should be super easy for us to take care of. And now we have even more meat for Peppy to take back on the next turn. Now Iroh, do you have any roots to dig up over here? While you clear out the area for Peppy, I'm sure she'll be super, super happy if you make a clear pathway to this healing fruit. That way she can use it to heal all of her wounded tribe mates, just like she always wanted to heal her mother. And don't worry, Amelia, help is finally on the way. We have Kate, who surely wouldn't mind scooping up all of those berries to share with you, as Comet and Bambi get to work taking care of this pesky Crabbit. This father and son pair are the dream team. They seem to work quite well together, as you can see. Already scooping up little Crabbits to bring back home. I would love for them to take out some more, but I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to draw the attention of leeches. Thankfully, we do still have Rihanna nearby and Jip as well to help them if anything does decide to attack. So we'll just have them stay in the tide pools for now. Look out to the distance and see if they can spy any little Crabbit friends wandering around, marching their way from the ocean. I wonder if Toomey and Reese might make a pretty good team as well. They did take down this bunny together. Oh, and hello! They're finding even more out here. Oh my gosh! Okay, I think they are definitely another one of our dream teams. In fact, Fable, maybe you could help out too? You guys are just going to scour the land for all the bunnies that you can possibly imagine. Well, we know that your tribe is going to appreciate it, especially Danger, who won't have to worry about his berries getting picked off. Though I suppose the toxic berries were never really an issue, were they? Can you imagine toxic-bodied bunnies? Oh my gosh, that would make the game ridiculously hard. If we had bunnies that could steal all of these toxic berries too. Then not even our poison-fanged or toxic-bodied creatures would be safe from their wrath. I suppose Orion and Hero could help out as well. They're not the fastest of creatures, but they could stand by as potential guards in case anything else is drawn near by the meat. That was what they were hoping for after all, to show the tribe their heroics, just like the way that Hero was named. They want to vanquish the Bearyenas too, like the legendary explorers from far in the north. So Rocket, that leaves you with not too much to do in all honesty. maybe it's time that you make your pilgrimage over to the Crackerjaw Island to see if you can pick up some acorns too. Now that all of your mates have kind of gone off in different directions, I think it's probably time for you to just gather up some more food. Oh, and Hunter, we can't leave you out of the party. You, of all creatures, should be chasing after bunnies. Yeah, I figured we'd take a break with the babies for now, since we do have 25 mouths to feed and not too many steady food supplies. We might want to wait until we have some better pairings to breed. Ones that hopefully will give us the genetics that we're looking for, like the Bearyena snouts, the toxic body, and less of the derp snout that isn't helping us out too much. But let's definitely track down your friendly Bearyena. I'm pretty sure he was over here in the grass somewhere. Is he hiding away by the stream? Yeah, there he is. I wonder if maybe he caught a whiff of that other Bearyena too, and he was a little bit curious about what it might mean. I think it might be a good idea to bring little webs back down to the shore, so we can once again light up the area for his son, because he would be worried to leave him so close to so much darkness. There is quite the potential for dangers to spawn there. And thankfully it seems as if Bambi has not caught the attention of anything nasty looking to munch on him. So we can bring Rihanna over to the tree to pick up all of those acorns in the future, as Amelia searches for her roots again, because I know there are plenty for her to find. Yeah, now that she doesn't have to worry about all of her delicious berries being stolen, I'm sure she is feeling much more at ease. Though she would be happier if her son and her mate were by her side. So after they find some more Kravitz, we'll have to have them return, so they don't end up passing without her. But I think we're all out of turns now, so let's go ahead and skip. See if any Beryenas are going to come charging out of the grasses. I did see our friendly Bearyena coming over to say hello to Glacier, so he's still very thankful that you guys took him in. We'll go ahead and set her up right on top of her nest again, so she can have her next baby. And then we'll have Kiba go ahead and play around with the friendly Bearyena, so we don't end up losing track of him. Harry just wants to find some fish to bring his friend, so let's see if he has any more luck. I think there was something spawning up this way, right? Oh, did the friendly Bearyena actually leave us the meat? Or did we catch that before? Oh gosh, now I don't even remember. Well, thank you very much, Bearyena, if that is your contribution. Normally they end up eating the meat that they leave behind, so I guess we picked a pretty good friend. Now I think I started to mention it before, but I actually wanted to bring Vulpix over to Jip to see if they could start a family together. Their immunity genes are different, and while Jip is not exactly the explorer line, he's not part of the grand explorers that have vanquished the Beryenas of the past, he is still very, very adventurous. So I feel like it would benefit his line to have a little extra poison mixed in there too. And not only that, but there's the potential that those antlers could be passed, since she does have them in her genetics. So that would also be nice to see on her babies. Let's just make sure that we place the toxic body into his first slot. She's guaranteed to pass it to her babies, but he needs the extra help. Then, while it is far more of a cosmetic addition, I would love to see the mask on their babies. Just something to break up all of those bright neon colors. I feel like maybe a black mask would look so striking against the toxic body's fur. So maybe if we're lucky, we'll see that in the future. But for now, Jip, you can go ahead and breed with Vulpix. And then on the next turn, we'll see if she can find a good place to set up her nest. Probably very close to the healing fruit, since they will sort of be guarding it. And it'll be a great way to ensure that their babies will never get sick. It'll also be nice to have more creatures to spread around this area again. I'm super worried that Ember is going to be left all alone, and he might end up getting picked off because he can't see very well. But there's so much more potential for food in other places that there's no reason for our creatures to stick around right now, especially for our hunters. They have quite a few bunnies to continue to track down, Though thanks to all of their hard work, we actually have berries to pick over here, so I'm sure Fable is very, very pleased. Where are the rest of the bunnies now? Because I know you're going to want to follow their scent. Actually, it looks like the only bunny is over here by this tree. What if we listen instead? Aha, there's plenty more bunnies hopping around the grass. Okay, so there's still a few up here by our explorers. So maybe you guys want to take the pathway first. We'll have a race to jump ahead, and you guys can play leapfrog all the way into explorer territory. And there we go, looks like it's already paying off. Tomi might not be the strongest, but at least she can scare the bunnies. Confuse them a little bit so we can snatch them up with someone else. Danger has so much work to do over here too. If he does have a family of his own, I think we're probably going to place the nimble fingers into his mutation menu, because that's what our toxic-bodied creatures desperately need. Do we have any little roots that you could possibly try to dig up for us? Just so we're not wasting that turn. Wait a second. Oh my gosh, a brand new wanderer? Oh, look at this beautiful creature. He has terrible, terrible eyesight, which is a bit unfortunate, and terrible fertility too. But he does have some new immunity genes, I think. So we might want to consider bringing him into the tribe. I mean, it would be better than letting him steal the berries anyway. So once we have a little bit more energy to work with, we'll see if we can bring this creature into our ranks. But first things first, let's see what our next explorer is going to look like. Oh, a baby with the stripes. A female baby too, with the Bearyena snout. Oh my gosh, and I think her immunity genes are perfect for breeding with the Bearyena. You guys, we may have finally found the answer to all of our hybrid troubles. I really hope the Crackerjaw isn't going to be as hard to breed out of her line as the Derp Snout was. I love her stripes though, that is absolutely adorable. That means she'll be super good at hiding too. So the next name on my list is Tabby. Welcome to the tribe, little one, and hopefully you will be the mother to our hybrid line. I know we've said that before, but this time I have a good feeling about it. As long as we can keep track of our friendly Bearyena, who seems to be moving off for different adventures. Oh, he really is going in the direction of the other Bearyena? The one that we took care of with Rarely? It must just be that familiar scent. And all those bunnies in the grass, of course. That has to be a big part of it too. Now, Hunter, go ahead and invite this new creature that you hunted down in the grass. And then we'll have to see if somebody can scoop up that bunny that just popped out of its burrow. Actually, maybe Danger could do the job? He does have that claws, so he's a bit better at hunting than Tomi is. Maybe that means that he's a good creature for us to bring up to the explorers to see if we can cross the toxic bodies with their line. He can't breed with Cupcake. They both have immunity gene G, so we'll just have to wait until somebody else is born with a better match. Oh, and there's all your fish. Finally, Harry. Finally, you hunted down the fish again. Oh, your little Bearyena friend is going to be very proud of you. And with all of those roots in the area, that might actually be a good job for our brand new wandering male too. So let's bring him up this way, sniff out some of those delicious morsels, and then on the next turn, he can make his very first contributions to our tribe. And you know, Glacier, maybe you could leave your baby in the hands of Darkrai again? Oh, he's getting super old. Oh no, he's going to pass away soon. Okay, I was going to have her maybe try to find the friendly Bearyena, so again, we don't lose track of him. But I think we're going to want to settle down a nest instead, because this line is so important to us right now. So maybe Reese could actually go after the friendly Bearyena. Since he is one of our hunters, he would probably be interested in visiting the lands with plenty of bunnies to spare. so he could actually tag team the bunnies with the Bearyena. A very unusual duo, but I'm sure they are going to do quite well when it comes to collecting food. You know, I feel like there's really just not much that Ember can do right here, despite the fact that he has his berry bush. Since it hasn't rained in a while, there aren't many berries for him to gather. So let's see if maybe Rocket wouldn't mind taking Ember over to the island. He can help him pick up the acorns with his nimble fingers, and then they can maybe move on to a different tree in the future, if they run out of food to collect over here. And now let's start on a new nursery by our next healing fruit. We'll sit Vulpix down right here, so we at least know that she doesn't have to worry about Bearyena sneaking up from this side. We do have one line of defense in that poison berry bush. And we'll have Jip light up the way to the healing fruit in case things do get a little bit rough. But yeah, at the very least, we should be able to rest assured that Vulpix won't get picked off by the Bearyenas. The killer Bearyenas aren't immune to the poison, right? I mean, I guess that would kind of put a bit of a wrench in our plans if the poison doesn't even bother them. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So Bambi is getting really close to the end of his life too, but since we're not planning on breeding him again, I'm not sure that we're going to waste one of the healing fruits on him. I think he has lived a very long and very full life, so it might be better for him to save that healing fruit for somebody who really needs it. And did you find another bunny out here rarely? Excellent, calling them over to you with your menacing looks. They must just be like frozen in fear once they find her. Now Peppy, let's have you return to your healing fruit. Clear out this entire area so many creatures will be able to use it in the future. And then I suppose Rarely can connect these two paths. And now that we are once again pretty much out of safe moves to make, though I do see tons and tons of bunnies dotting this land, they are definitely a bit worried about all of the commotion that we're making in the tall grass. So we'll have to try to remember where they are. We have bunnies back here with Ember and Webs. We have bunnies terrorizing poor Fable again. He's going to have to scoop up his berries quickly. But let's go back to Vulpix to see what her first baby is going to look like. Cross your fingers for a toxic body. Oh my gosh, she looks just like she does. That is adorable. And the double nimble fingers too. Yeah, I think our food issues are completely over. As soon as we have these toxic-bodied creatures to set up at each and every one of these berry bushes, we are going to be just fine. Did I hear a Bearyena spawn though? Oh boy. Oh no, I think that might be a killer Bearyena. That looks like a very big and menacing silhouette. In fact, he is much bigger than our friendly Bearyena. Oh my gosh, the killer Bearyena is not going to attack the friendly one, right? Oh, that would not be good. We might actually have to save our friend before he gets picked off, because that would completely ruin our plans with little Tabby. Oh, but look at this, we have another warrior in the nest, with the jazz hands and everything. Well, let's name this little baby Lander. Welcome to the tribe, and hopefully you'll be able to save our friendly Bearyena from the killer one, if that does become an issue. And then as far as our toxic-bodied baby goes, the next name on my list is actually Sandwich. So welcome to the tribe. I guess it makes sense because he is going to be giving us quite a bit of food. Now, how are we going to make sure that the Bearyena does not attack our friendly one? I guess we would just have to get his attention first, and we need to do that with some of our strongest creatures. So Reese has a 5 in attack strength. Orion and Hero both have 8s. Yeah, they would be very good creatures for us to bring into that tall grass. Kiba could help out as well with his 8 in attack strength. Maybe even Cupcake, even though she's a little bit weaker, and even though she is quite a bit further behind than her brothers. Oh my gosh. Oh, that always terrifies me. Oh, that must have been the killer Bearyena's meal. Why do the bluebirds always steal meals from the killer Bearyenas? Honestly, you are just trying to get us in trouble, aren't you? That may have saved us if the killer Bearyena had something else to eat instead. But let's start bringing our strongest creatures deep into the grass. We don't want them to get too close, though I did notice that the killer Bearyenas actually have poorer senses than the normal ones, so we should be able to hide from them quite well. You guys probably remember how good Athena was at hiding from the killer Bearyena. So Orion and Hero both have 4s in camouflage, and we'll see if that's enough to keep them out of its line of sight. Reese, in the meantime, I would like you to start making an escape route for them. Since he's a little bit weaker, he should probably be the one to just make sure that they can get away safely, in case things do really take a turn for the worse. I really, really hope that he's not going to go after our friendly Bearyena. Oh my gosh, that would ruin absolutely everything with our hybrid line. And hello! Oh my gosh, where did you come from? Do we have somebody who would maybe swoop in and take you out? Because it's not going to be Ducro. He's not exactly strong enough for the job. He's more suited to digging up these roots, and it almost seems like the bunny is leading him toward them. Is that true? Are you actually friends with the bunnies? I mean, he does have that lovely white fur. Alright, we'll have to keep that in mind. Now say goodbye to your parents, Kiba, because you need to make your way into the tall grass too. I think he'll be far enough away if he sits right here, right? Maybe we should bring him over to this side just in case. And this gives us time to have one last strong warrior baby with Darkrai before he ends up passing away. It's a bit unfortunate that he's passing during such a troubling time, but he knows that his family is going to be able to take care of themselves. They've all been very, very good at vanquishing Bearyenas in their past, so it's only natural that their children would go out to do the same. Now the hunters, oh no, because of all the commotion we forgot about the berry bush. Oh Fable, you're probably feeling very, very upset with yourself right now. Well, hopefully Toomey and Hunter will be able to find the culprits. There they are. Pin down that bunny Toomey so Hunter can swoop in and finish the job. I hope Amelia's berry bush fared better though. Oh no, the bunnies got to this one too. Yeah, sometimes I forget to pick up our berries before I work on the Bearyenas because I'm so concerned with keeping our creatures alive, of course. But we need to keep up on our food supplies so all of these new babies have food to eat. So, Comet, let's see, are there any bunnies that you can pick off with your father now? It looks like they're all really concentrated in this tall grass. So I wonder if that means that there's more berry bushes for you guys to find. I mean, I know that Amelia would love to discover more berries to eat. Even if she can't pick them up herself, she is pretty confident that she could find some collector out there who would be willing to do the task. So we'll see if your mate can maybe smell some nice big normal berries. Right now it looks like, oh wait a second. Right out here, that's where one of our normal berry bushes is waiting. All the other ones are toxic berries, but at least you do have plenty of roots to help Iroh dig up. Well, I'm sure he'll be so glad to have somebody to help him. Since you guys are one of the last creatures with that digging paw, it has, oh my gosh, been quite troubling. But now Peppy has finally found a healing fruit all to herself. This is what she has wanted since the beginning. We can finally say that she sniffed one out with her own big nose. Iroh had nothing to do with that. Now on a less chaotic side of the island, we should be able to bring Ember over to the tree too, to do a little bit of extra collecting with a rocket, and to watch our food supplies soar. This is actually his father's last day too, so he should be able to rest very well assured that his son has somebody to mentor him in his future. Despite all of his shortcomings with his short-sighted eyes, which makes it so hard for him to get around, he doesn't have to worry with Rocket's guidance, so Webbs will be at peace. We'll bring Jip over to his mate's side to breed with Vulpix again too, and then right back over to that healing fruit just in case. And now I definitely want to see if our killer Bearyena is going to end up attacking our friendly one. So he has 11 days left on his lifespan. Let's keep that in mind as we pass the day. He is going in there. He's going in there to sniff around at all these different Bearyenas spawning. Oh my gosh. It almost seems like our friendly Bearyena is following the killer Bearyena into the grass. Is he actually leaving us in the dust? Oh, but we took him in, we gave him food, we took such good care of him. Harry's heart must be broken. Well, we're not going to let this be the last that we see of our friendly Bearyena. In fact, let's just wait a second. Oh my gosh, I didn't notice that before. We do have another friendly Bearyena out here. So yet again, a gigantic family of Bearyenas in the grass. No wonder that other Bearyena was so interested in this area. This must be just Bearyena Central. This is where they made their home. And that's why we've had so much commotion out this way too. So many different little Bearyenas looking to munch on our creatures. But yeah, I just want Kiba to make sure that our friendly Bearyena is okay. Yeah, he didn't take any damage whatsoever. So that does mean that the killer Bearyena should be fine interacting with ours, but at the same time, we need to get rid of him, because he's not going to be so friendly to our tribe mates. So in the next episode, our explorers have a very big task in their future. We have to ensure our hybrid line by saving our friendly Bearyena, though it is nice to know that we have a little bit of backup, just in case. And maybe that means we even have another friendly Bearyena to breed with somebody else. Oh, well, she has the Bearyena snout, but she also has Immunity Gene C. So maybe not this one. But I bet we could still find a different male on the island who could breed with you instead and share those strong genetics. But the final baby of the episode, we will name Lucy. So welcome to the tribe, little one. And I hope you will have many, many brave, successful adventures in your future. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys!